Hey everybody, welcome back to Stamping School. This week I'm using Friendly Foliage. It just released on November 4th. There's a whole bunch of new things in the online store. And even though this doesn't look like Christmas, I'm gonna make it into Christmas. So this is the new packaging. I showed you this last week. And I gotta use it for a while to see how everything works. And I've seen these videos of people making all these registrations to put inside their stamp set, and I don't know. I don't think you need to do any of that because, first of all, everything is right here and they're all true to size, which I love that the packages, the images are true to size, because when I'm looking for like this one, this is called Banner Sayings, and there's a new punch that goes with it. You can line everything up and see exactly what you want. So you don't have to stamp a registration. They're all true to size already on there, unless they're gonna come out different. On the ones I have, they're all true to size. And then for the inside, so for instance, on this Friendly Foliage one, if I wanna know what's missing, I'm gonna just take my plastic sheet and kind of line them up a little bit. They're not, this piece is smaller, but this is the piece the acetate piece that comes in there. And I literally have just been putting them on here like this, making sure, even though they're backwards, I can tell what they are, And then I can see what's missing. I know this big one is missing because I'm gonna use that today. Like these two little guys right here, I can just put them here. And I know what's missing and what's not, and this is what I still have. Now, that worked fine on this one, but then on this little one here, this is Banner Sayings, and it has a smaller sheet. So I could get another piece of acetate, or what I've been doing is just gonna peel off. One is thin, one is thick, and one goes up here or one goes here, and then I just arrange them so they match up, and then I have it. So even though they're backwards, I can still tell what goes with what here, and once I do this one time, then I'm done. And I can sort of figure out where they all go. What might make even more sense is if I put these with the flat side up, like this. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself hugged. And I can do that for all of them, and then I can put them back on the sheets. So for instance, once I get them all on here, this one will just lay on top of that. This one will lay on top of this one, and then I can pick them up and they are where they're supposed to be, and I put them inside here for safekeeping, back inside here. So people have been making copies of this and putting it to this side and all these other things. I don't think you need to when this is so good right here. We can just use what we have and stick it in there. But that's me right now. I might change my mind as I use them more, but I'm kind of liking it. And I love that the images are on the die packages, which we've never had. I've always had to make a copy of the dies. Now these are right here, so when I'm putting things away, I sort of line them up here and then slide them in when I make sure I've got them all. All right, let's get back to this one, the Friendly Foliage. I really liked the samples that Stampin' Up! Had, and I just thought it was just different enough that I could use one more greenery set. So this die right here will cut out the main stamp. So it looks like this. I'm gonna stamp it, and we're gonna use it for our project anyway. So it's one big stamp like this, which you could just stamp in the middle of a note card or middle of a card. You don't have to die cut it, but it does look pretty when you do it. So you have a few choices. You could just stamp it like that, which is just so graphic and pretty. Or you can put this die on top of it, and it lines up really well, and then you get this right here. And you could use this, you could attach flowers, and you can use it just as it is. Or then, what you could do is use this piece. This one goes right in the center. So first thing you want to do You don't want to mess up your dies, so you have to tape them down. I'm going to show you some other samples I found on the internet too of what other people have done with this set. It's so pretty. And I'm going to show you 2 today that I did. Here's that piece right here. That goes right in the center. And that's going to cut out all of the recesses around it. But you got to line it up, which is really easy to line up. They match right up. Tape it down, run it through, and then you'll get this. Isn't that cool? So it has the peekaboo. So the first thing I wanted to do is make a shaker card out of it because I just think that would look so cool. And they also have these 2 dies right here, cut out little greenery pieces right here. This one reminds me of a turkey feather a little bit. And then these 2 you can stamp and cut out from the stamp set. And the stamp set also has some sentiments. It has some great sentiments in here. Here for you always, wishing you all the best, get well soon, which we really needed that. I needed one. Sending love, you're on my mind and in my heart, thinking of you. And then this little border, which is kind of cool too. So let me show you the shaker card. And I think it works well for Christmas. I think you can totally get away with Christmas with this. I think that's what I like the most about this. It can go sympathy, it can go birthday, it can go in different colors and different things. I'll show you how to make the shaker card. Here's a few other ideas though that I found on the web. Shelley Godby made this one, which I like because it's just that basic beige. It's very natural and just the simple die cut right here on the top and then the band across for the sentiment. I thought that was really nice. Mary Nabe did these 4 and I thought they're all great and natural and woodsy, you know, really great for the non-floral cards, but you want to send something kind of rustic. These are all excellent. Debbie Henderson gets a thumbs up from me just because the bright colors. I loved how she incorporated the pinks and the oranges and everything all together on that one. And then this one, Michelle Reynolds, she turned it upside down and made it like a Christmas swag. And I thought that was brilliant. So good job on those. All right, let's make this shaker. You start with your piece that we cut like we just did. And then you're gonna need a little piece that goes behind it, whatever color you want. It's 1 3/4 by 3, but you know, I'll put it in the PDF for you below with all the measurements. And on that little piece, you're gonna add the dimensionals all the way around the edges of that. And those good old dimensional strips that we have. So, but leave the paper backing on this. And then you're gonna need another piece that's acetate, which is really hard to see on video. Same size, 1 3/4 by 3. That's gonna go on top and hold our shaker goodies. Now, a lot of times with shakers, I'll use 2 pieces of acetate, but you don't need it on this one. This one comes together pretty easily. These gold shaker stars, love them. Love them, love them, love them. People always say, how much do you put in here? I'm like, I don't know. Enough that you can see it. You know, just stick it in there and then see. That looks pretty good. Now, what I like to do before I close this up, I like to add a few little stars up here that will stay up there. Like on this one, I don't know if you can see it. There's extra little stars because when the card is just sitting there, you still want to see some gold up here. So I'm just going to add a few drops of glue. And you want to use a glue like that glue, the clear glue, that is not going to be sticky. If it's sticking out, it's going to dry clear so that these all stay where they're supposed to. We're just going to put a few of these sequins right here, there, and here. Okay, so those will stay there and all the rest will shake around, but it just gives it a nice little look. All right, next stop is the window sheet. That's gonna be what covers everything. Make sure that we don't have any spillage or leakage of these little sequins. Stay in there, guys, stay in there. Make sure you don't have any fingerprints on there. Lay that down right there. Seal that really well. And then this will get glued right on top, and I'm gonna do that with just glue dots. Because this is all sealed in there anyway, so it, you know, just put these in the 4 corners and just make sure that you can't see it, see the glue dot from the front. I'm just gonna do the 4 corners. Am I gonna make 50 of these? No, but I'll probably make 5 for special people. People who will appreciate everything. And then this just goes right on top like that. Just cover it up. There we go. There. Now it's hard to see on camera, but it's really pretty inside. You can put a different color behind it, but I kind of like the brightness of the white. And then I'll show you on this one, this is just a panel of designer paper. This is one of the Regal ones. And they also have, in that same package, there's a cherry cobbler. And I love the gold pattern on there. You can put that on there. If you want traditional red and green, you can do that. Or there's a new paper in town called, it's called Whispers of Texture. You are not gonna be able to see this, I don't think. It's like a canvas. Nice white heavy cardstock, a little mini corrugated version, which actually looks really nice on this. Oh, you are not gonna be able to see that, are you? Oh, well anyway, a little corrugated. I think something embossed would be lovely back there. But I kind of like the green and the white, kind of speaks to me a little bit and glues that down. And then some of those little ephemeras down here popped up. I don't know, which one's your favorite? Like the red, the gold and white, or the corrugated? I kind of like them all. Probably this one. So this is just gold foil, and I cut it out with that rectangle die that we have, which the name is escaping me at the moment. I'll post it down below, but that's just gold foil. Some of that pretty gold and shaded spruce, which is the color I'm using. And then our shaker right in the middle. Let me show you another card that I did. A friend's having an engagement party, so I'm sending this to her. So this is that pretty paper floral charm, which has all those really pretty colors in it. And I thought it went well with this vine. I stamped it in Mossy Meadow. And then this is Timid Tiger. And then a 2-inch strip of that paper, Mossy Meadow, Petal Pink, and then the white frame. And then I cut out a few of the flowers from here. And then these little guys are from the dies Impressions of Bloom, these. But any little flowers. I just wanted to bring in that berry burst a little bit. So I think that turned out good. And this is that new little bundle with the punch and the sentiments I showed you a little bit ago. So I really like this bundle. I think it's a good one. I think it's a keeper, and I think it's different enough, especially with the peekaboo window and the way it die cuts. Yeah, I'm a fan. So I'll post all the links below, and we'll see you next time. See it, learn it, stamp it.